Deaconess Cheryl Davidson from Luke chapter 2, from verse 1 to 16 is the text that we will be using this morning for our sermon as we speak to you on the subject of hope. And brothers and sisters, we really need hope at this time. I don't know how many of you were following the news. We've been following the news over the last few days. The President of the United States had to cut his vacation short so that he could go back to Washington to negotiate with the people there so that their economy will not fail. And our economy in Jamaica has already failed, and we are told yesterday on the news that there will be no IMF agreement. They cannot come up with an IMF agreement between now and tomorrow. Tomorrow being the 31st. And the Minister of National Security and Justice is telling you that no extension will be done on the ticket amnesty. So if you have a ticket, you don't have a chance. If you have a ticket, you definitely don't have a chance if you don't pay tomorrow. So it's a lot of hopelessness. And the finance minister is telling us that we have to tighten our belt more than how it is tight. The people are crying and there is just no hope. But I want to say to you, brothers and sisters, that people can live without many things. We can live without water. According to scientists, our bodies can go without water and food for so many days. We can live without the basic necessities of life, food, clothes, and shelter. We can live for a good while without having those things. Women, you can live for as long as you want without a man. And men, you can live for as long as you want without a woman. But I definitely couldn't face my life tomorrow without God holding my hand, because it is in Him that I move and live and have my very being. I couldn't face my life without knowing that He is my hope and my salvation, for I can't live a day without Him. We cannot live without hope, brothers and sisters, because when we examine what is going on around us, we definitely need hope so that we can survive in this world. Paul says if it is in this life alone we have hope, we would be among men most miserable, because we cannot hope in the systems of this world. We cannot hope in government and in government systems. We cannot hope in the PATH program and the NHF and whatever else they have, because those things will fail. For all help and comfort will cease. But the steadfast love of the Lord, it is sure, because it will never, never fail us. Can somebody praise the Lord this morning? We cannot live without hope. That's very important, brothers and sisters, that we hang on to that last thread of hope that God has given unto us, that we know in whom we have believed, and we must be persuaded that He is more than able to keep that which we have committed unto Him against that day. Our hope, brothers and sisters, comes from the Word of God. God allowed Caesar Augustus in those days to impose a census and a taxation. This was a long